Hello girls, welcome to your lesson reported questions. I'll explain reported questions, but before that you have to know the difference between direct speech and reported speech. Direct speech is the exact word that someone wrote and said, but reported speech telling exactly what someone said or wrote without using the actual words. Okay? As you know, we have many changes in the reported speech. All of these changes are logical. These changes include tenses changes, pronoun, adverb changes, and also word order changes. Let us start with subject pronouns. I, we, you, she, he, it, and they. She, he, it, and they, we don't change them. Object pronouns, you, me, us, them, her, him, it. Them, her, him, it, we don't change them. The last one, possessive pronouns, your, my, our, their, her, his, its. Their, her, his, its, we don't change them. Now, tenses, which is the most important. If the sentence has a present simple, for example, she has lunch at 3 o'clock. The verb changed to simple past, which is verb 2. She said that she had lunch at 3 o'clock. Simple past, which is verb 2, we change it to past perfect. Had plus verb 3. Ali ate pizza. They said that he had eaten pizza. Present continuous, which is or am plus verb ing. It changed to past continuous, was or were plus verb ing. Now, past continuous was or were plus verb ing. It changed to past perfect continuous, had been plus verb ing. Present perfect, has or have plus verb 3. It changed to past perfect. Past perfect, which is had plus verb 3. It is still past perfect, had plus verb 3. For example, I had won the prize. Ali said that he had won the prize. We don't change the verb. The last thing, which is models, will, it becomes would. Would, it's still would. Can, could. Could. Shall, should. If we have should, it's still should. May, might. Must, have to, had to, has to, ought to, they still had to. Am, is, are, going to, they still they become was or were plus going to. All of these models plus infinitive. Okay? Now, how can we report a question? We have many reporting verbs, or we call them also introductory verbs. Okay? If you want to report a question, we can use any one of these verbs, such as wondered or wanted to know, asked plus object because it's a transitive verb, wondered also, or inquired. The types of questions, as you know, we have two types of questions. The first one, yes or no question, which start with do, did, or does plus infinitive. A verb to be, is, are, am, was, or were plus verb ing. And the models must, can, could, will plus infinitive. Verb to have, has, have, had plus verb 3. Yes or no questions, the answer, it could be yes or no. The other kind of a question, WH questions, which start with who or what, whose, why, where, when, whom, and how. I think you know all of these meanings or the meanings of these words. Now, if we have WH question in the question and you want to report this question. For example, where do you go? He asked me. Pay attention to the verb or the introductory verb asked. It's in the past, okay? Now, where do you live? The question starts with WH word, okay? So you have to write where in small letter. And also you have to put the subject and the verb. The verb in the question do go, so it's simple present. You have to change it to simple past went. He asked me where I went. P, what are you doing? The question starts with what. He wanted to know. Also you have to pay attention to wanted in the past. Okay? Now you have to put what in small letter and also subject according to the introductory sentence, and also you have to put the verb. The verb here are doing, look at the question. Present continuous, it becomes what? Past continuous was doing. C, where did you go? He asked him. Also you have to pay attention to asked in the past, okay? Where you have to write it in a small letter and subject he, and the verb did go simple past, it becomes simple past perfect, sorry. The question, he asked him where he had gone. D, who goes to the cinema? He wanted to know, wanted in the past. Who, we write it in small letter. And you have here in this question both goes simple present, you have to change it to simple past, okay? Now, yes or no question, or the second kind of a question, if the question starts or begins with is, did, do, must, can, could, did, does, also, are, am, you have to put if instead the word, and also you have to put the subject plus the verb. A, is he writing a postcard? He asked Ahmed if he was writing a postcard. We put if instead of is and the subject and the verb. The verb is writing present continuous, it becomes past continuous. Did you help your friend? He asked me if I had phoned my friend. We put if instead of did and the subject, and the verb did help simple past, it becomes what? Past perfect. Had helped my friend. C, do you do your homework? He wanted to know. Also pay attention to wanted, it's in the past. He wanted to know, we put if instead of do, and we put here if plus the subject and the verb did. The verb in the sentence or in the question, do you do simple present, it becomes simple past did. D, must we arrive early? She asked me, look at asked, whether they had to arrive early. So you have the choice if, you can put if or whether, okay? And you have to put the subject, they here. Must, it becomes had to plus infinitive, of course. They had to arrive early. Now you have to pay attention to when the reporting verb is in the present tense, the tense of the verb in the question doesn't change. If the verb or the reporting verb is in the present tense, the tense doesn't change. For example, when is the orchestra arriving? He wants to know when the orchestra is arriving. Pay attention to the verb wants. Okay? He wants, it's in simple present. So, if we have wants or the introductory verb or reporting verb in simple present or present continuous, you have to, or you don't change the verb, okay? The verb in the question, where is the orchestra arriving, is arriving, it's what? It's present continuous. and when we have or when we change the tense, it's still present continuous. P or 2, is the phone working? He asks if the phone is working. The verb here asks, it's in present, so we don't change the verb. And the question starts with if, with is, we put if instead of is. And also we put the subject and the verb is working, which is present continuous, and it is still present continuous. He asks if the phone is working. Okay? And here we have exercises. You have to answer these questions. Okay? And good luck and thank you for listening.